Welcome, welcome, welcome one and welcome all. My name is Lucas Hine. You are currently attending AI for Agents, Streamline, Systematize, and Scale. If you should be in a different class, please take note of that right now. This is not the class that you think you're in. No, I'm just kidding. This class is AI for Agents, Streamline, Systematize, and Scale. Again, my name is Lucas Hine. I'm a MAPS coach. I'm here to present to you this course. Very much looking forward to this. We have a big class. We don't have a lot of, we only have 30 minutes to really go through this. So I'm going to ask that if you have questions, you put them into the chat box or wait until the end. There'll be a very small section at the end for some question and answer. Okay, so I'm going to begin sharing. I'm going to screen share, and what you're going to see are some initial slides that we have to go through, just like everything else that we offer. Again, this is AI for Agents, Streamline, Systematize, and Scale. Quick notes: obey the TCPA, please. Read over these. You guys have seen these before. Not really any surprises. Do not call do's and don'ts. And then an AI disclaimer. This is an AI class, so we are disclaiming a few things about AI. So just read over that real quick. Basically, it says AI generated is exactly that. It's AI generated stuff. Always check it for accuracy. All right. So a little bit about me. I'm a mastery coach. I have been in this industry since 2013. I started out as a mortgage guy, then quickly got into sales. I've only been with Keller Williams. Very proud of that fact. I went from an agent to a team leader to a MAPS coach. This is my fourth year, going on my fourth year as a MAPS coach. And these are just little quick bullet points about me. Okay, cool. So let's actually get into what this class is about. And actually, I'm going to present this slide to say here's what this class is not about. This is not your typical AI class. What I'm not here to do is teach you how to build a Zap and Zapier, if you even know what that is. I'm not going to be walking you through ManyChat, again, if you even know what that is. And I'm not going to be giving you a 47-step automation blueprint that you'll forget the second that we log off, because that's not the problem that agents have. The problem is not tools. The problem is clarity. The problem is direction. The problem is trying to build a big business on top of a blurry plan. And AI, when you use it the right way, it solves that problem first. This class is about using AI to make you the most intelligent, structured, and high leverage version of yourself. AI does not replace you. It upgrades you. It's like giving your business a second brain, and that brain happens to be mutant level productive. So today I'm going to show you something different, not how to automate your life, but how to think better, plan better, and execute better using tools that already live on your desk. We're going to walk through three things: a 411, a GPS, and an operations playbook. And I'm going to show you how AI builds them faster, clearer, and cleaner than most agents can do manually. By the end of this session, you're going to walk away with a completely different understanding of what's actually possible in your business. Let's talk about fear for a second. Every industry is asking the same question: is AI going to replace me? And the answer, at least in real estate, is absolutely not. AI isn't coming for agents. AI is coming for the drag. The drag is every moment where your brain gets stuck staring at a blank to-do list or a too crowded one, rewriting the same email for the 400th time, trying to prioritize your week with 62 competing tasks, building systems in your head instead of on paper, and spending 2 hours doing something that should take about 10 minutes. That's what AI destroys. AI removes the friction. It removes your hesitation. AI removes the busy work that slows down talented people. And here's the real truth. Most agents don't understand yet. AI doesn't take jobs. It gives you back capacity. It gives you back clarity. AI gives you back speed. And in 2026, speed is the competitive edge. You don't win because you work harder. You win because you remove everything that slows you down. Now, here's where everything comes together. AI by itself is powerful. When you layer it into the 411 and GPS, that's when it becomes transformative. Most agents don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they're guessing their way through their week. They're guessing their priorities. They are guessing their actions, guessing their plan. And you can't scale a business if you're running it with guesswork. But look at what happens when you pair AI with the 411 and GPS. AI will give you clarity. The models give you structure. AI gives you speed. The models give you direction. AI builds the plan. The models keep you accountable to it. This is the moment an agent stops being busy and starts being intentional. This is when you stop operating like a salesperson and start operating like a business. And you're going to see that in real time today. Why most agents get stuck, even talented ones. And I mean the agents that should be crushing it. If you ask most people in this industry what they struggle with, they'll say something to the effect of effort. They'll say things like, I need to work harder. I need more discipline. I need to push more. Anyone else ever hear, I need systems? Everybody nod and say yes, because you probably said it yourself too. Here's the truth. Most agents, they're not struggling with effort. What they're doing is they're struggling with clarity. Because when you don't have clarity, you default to intensity. You hustle, you grind, you chase, and you end the week exhausted, but not necessarily productive. That's where AI becomes a game changer. Not because it replaces the work, but because it gives you structured focus. When your priorities are clear, your actions finally match your goals. When your actions match your goals, that's when the business starts to feel predictable, intentional, and actually scalable. So, if you've ever felt stuck or inconsistent or like you're working twice as hard for half the result, it's not you, it's the absence of clarity. Now, let me show you the practical side of all this, not the hype, not the headlines, the actual day-to-day superpowers that AI gives agents. First, clarity on demand. Think about how long it normally takes to build a 411 or update it, or rethink your priorities for the week. Some of you spend an hour, some of you avoid it entirely. But with AI, that clarity shows up in seconds. Not generic clarity, personalized clarity based on the business that you actually run. Your business plan stops being a guessing game. The GPS model is powerful. We know this. But most agents build it with vague numbers, fuzzy priorities, and a lot of, I think this makes sense. AI removes the guesswork. It pulls the math together. It sharpens priorities, and it turns your annual goal into a step-by-step plan you can actually follow. So here's the headline. AI gives you time back. It gives you brain space back and direction back. You're not faster because you're grinding harder. You're faster because you are more clear. Now I'm going to get into the demo part of our presentation. I'm not going to be actually giving the demo. I'm going to show a time-lapsed video of a demo that I've pre-recorded.
Sure. Yes, no, no. Oh, wait, what's
Miles,
that?
could we get a mute on that one? Thanks. If you forget, everybody, just keep yourself on mute. We will have time. We will have time for a little Q&A at the end. I promise at least 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. So again, I'm going to go through the demonstration part. And again, they're time-lapse videos. While we're watching those time-lapse videos, please understand they're going really fast. And I promise that I will have a resource to give you more clarity at the end of our presentation. We only had 30 minutes, okay? While we're watching these videos, I'm going to be telling stories because I think that stories help the education that we're learning stick a little bit more, okay? So this very first one is a demonstration of how to use AI. In this case, I'm using the large language model known as ChatGPT. We've all heard of it. It's been the winner in this game for a little while, and you're going to essentially see me creating a 411 from scratch. And when I say scratch, I mean we're starting with understanding one's purpose. This is a demonstration. This is not anyone's particular story. Okay, so let me introduce you to a guy named Agent A. Agent A is talented. He's charming, he talks fast, and he dresses sharp. If charisma alone closed deals, this man would be selling skyscrapers. And you've met someone like him. Maybe you are someone like him. He's got the gift. He's got natural magneticism. He has the ability to connect the instincts that make people trust him almost immediately. But unfortunately, guys, charisma does not close deals. Not consistently, not predictably, not at scale. Actions do. Priorities do. Consistency does. In Agent A, every morning when he wakes up with energy, he wakes up with the energy of a golden retriever who just heard a pickle jar open. Ready, excited, enthusiastic, and absolutely no plan. He bounces from lead to lead, idea to idea, shiny object to shiny object. New conversation on Monday, a new system on Tuesday, a new lead source on Wednesday and Thursday. Dude needs a nap. He finishes the year with 25 units, but he could have easily done 50. The worst part, he knows it. He can feel it within him. That quiet frustration that comes from knowing you're capable of more, but not quite knowing how to unlock it. At first, he blames the market, and then he blames his CRM, next his broker, and next the economy, and then the weather. And at some point, usually late at night, staring at his production numbers, he realizes the truth. He doesn't have a clarity problem. He has a priority problem. That's when everything shifts. He sits down, maybe for the first time in his career, and builds this thing called a 411. A real one, not a scribbled note, not I'll get to it later, but a true plan. And for the first time, he sees his entire year on one page. He sees his purpose, one priority, and a handful of actions that actually move the needle. Suddenly the noise drops, the signal rises, and he stops operating out of adrenaline, and he starts operating out of intention. This is the moment everything starts to change. Now, what you're watching behind me, break script for a minute, it's not a gimmick. This is the 411 actually being built live, exactly the way an agent should build it. You can see I am having a few technical difficulties, but that's okay. I recorded right over it. AI took a year's worth of vague goals, random tasks, and good intentions and collapsed them into a structured plan with purpose, priority, and a weekly path forward. This is what unlocks consistency. This is what creates focus. And this is why the 411 is the first domino that top producers push over. You guys saw the ChatGPT go into what is called canvas mode. It is a tool that is available with ChatGPT. It is also a tool that is with other large language models like Gemini Pro. Okay, it is the tool that helps us to help edit documents in live in real time. Okay. Second demonstration. Okay. we're going back to Agent A because Agent A had a pretty good year, right? And now he needs to take it a step further. With the 411 in place, he jumps from 25 units up to 50 units the next year. He's feeling unstoppable, unshakable, invincible. And then he promptly stops, like a cartoon character sprinting off of a cliff and realizing it's too late and there's no ground beneath him. This is where most agents get blindsided. Success creates complexity. The business grows, but the plan does not. His goals are vague. His priorities are fuzzy. His actions are reactive. His results are random, and it's growth built on momentum, not structure, and momentum always runs out. In sports, we call that Uncle Mo. He added more volume, but he did not add clarity. It's like he built a bigger boat, but never learned how to steer it. So Agent A decides to do something different, something real, something strategic. He builds his first GPS. He takes that ambition of, I want to close 100 units, and AI turns it into something concrete. One annual goal, 3 priorities, and a tactical plan that either guides his decisions or eliminates them. Suddenly, his entire year collapses into a framework he can actually follow. Every distraction gets filtered. Every opportunity gets a yes or a no. Everything he does either fits the plan or it gets deleted. He finally sees the math behind his mission, the leverage behind his choices, the path behind his goals. And the craziest part, as you can see happening in real time, AI builds the entire model in seconds. Agent A stops winging it. He starts leading it. And that leap from 50 to 100 units for the first time, it actually feels possible. Okay, break script again. As you can see what's happening in the background, you can see what's happening on the screen. You're watching a full business plan being built itself, not a template or a personalized strategic model. AI clarified the goal, the math, the lead levers, the priorities, and the actions needed to scale from where the agent is to where they want to be. That's the power of the GPS. It gives you direction, alignment, and a single focal point that drives everything else. When agents say they feel unfocused or overwhelmed, this is almost always the missing piece. Okay, this final demonstration, and then we will be getting to questions and answers, or as I like to call them, I take after a man that I admire, one of my great mentors, Tim Ferriss. Q&A stands for questions and actions. This final demonstration is only part of a full demonstration of how to use AI to build a full operations manual. And we're going to go back and visit our friend Agent A. Somebody, by the way, somebody's going to get a gold star for giving Agent A the best name. So if you feel like putting something in the chat, give Agent A an actual name. Okay, Agent A is aiming for 100 units. He's hiring, he's delegating, he's running fast. And the wheels, yeah, they're coming off. It's not the people. His team's good. They're hungry. They're willing. It's the systems, or as I like to say, lack thereof. Everyone's kind of doing things their own way. Every answer starts with, well, it depends. Every task is living inside someone's head, which means nothing is consistent, nothing is documented, and everything is fragile. Agent A now has 3 full-time employees, and somehow he is busier, more stressed, and more overwhelmed than when he was solo. If you ever have scaled too fast, you know what this feeling feels like. He then discovers something that changes his entire trajectory. People don't scale systems. Systems scale people. So he does the thing that he's avoided for years. He builds an operations playbook. And with AI, it stops being a massive project and becomes a process. Every workflow becomes a checklist. Every checklist becomes a standard. Every standard becomes a system. And suddenly, the business doesn't need him for everything. His team has clarity. His clients have consistency. His outcomes become predictable. This is the chapter where Agent A doesn't just grow units, he grows a company. And now 100 units is no longer the ceiling, it's the foundation. Here's what you're witnessing. Again, you're watching chaos turn into systems, right? This demonstration actually only has 2 playbooks out of what could be 9 to 20 based on the scale of your business. It turns, I hope this gets done, into here's exactly how your business runs. AI generated the checklists, the workflows, and the standards that turn a busy agent into a scalable organization. This is how teams maintain consistency. This is how leverage actually works. This is the difference between an agent who grows and an agent who grows past their capacity. The operations manual is the moment that your business stops depending on you and starts depending on a system. I'm going to say that again because it's really profound. The ops manual is the moment your business stops depending on you and your business starts depending on an actual system. You guys can see playbooks being generated right in front of you, completely editable using ChatGPT's Canvas tool. Okay? So those are the 3 demonstrations. Real quick slide on Tech the Halls. Okay, Miles, you tell me if I'm missing anything or any messages before we open up for Q&A.
You're all set, coach.
All right, awesome. So everybody, I'm going to have something really good for you in a minute, but I want to open up the floor for questions and actions. Okay? If anyone has any question, if you either want to take yourself off of mute or raise your hand. I'm old school. I really respect the raised hands, but again, this is 2026 almost. So please take yourself off mute and ask any questions that you would like. Okay, Jim Fagan, go ahead. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
You did. Thanks, Lucas. Are those custom GPTs that you built?
Great question. That is a custom GPT that you watched. That being said, the system that I use, that I will share with you if you want, that I'm going to share a link to open up a survey. You can use it for any standard chat thread. Okay. I have tested it for Chat GPT, and I say that right in my survey. I'm trying to make it work for Gemini, given the fact that Gemini Pro comes available to all Keller Williams agents. And the fact that everybody and their mother is saying that Google waited long enough for to release their Gemini 3.0 for it to be like leading the industry right now. Again, this is just what I am hearing around the block and on the podcasts. Don't take that information as gospel, but that's just what I'm hearing. So I'd like to build it for Gemini Pro as well, but it will work on any standard ChatGPT thread. When I do share it, I will let you know that if you use the custom GPT that I've configured, it will work best because the custom GPT I configured acts and behaves like a coach is supposed to. It doesn't stack questions and all this other coachy kind of stuff. Branda, I think Gemini Pro is already available for KW agents. Log into your Chrome profile using your @kw.com email. I believe it should just automatically be there. Okay, anybody else?
I did repost 3 questions in the chat for you, Lucas.
Thanks, Miles. Can we get the template that you're using? Heck yeah, you can. I missed the beginning. Oh, wait, this says I missed the beginning. Is this agent mode of ChatGPT? No, it's not. Agent mode, for all of you that might not know, means that the ChatGPT window, I am saying ChatGPT because I think they coined the word agent mode. That's when they open up a separate browser tool and kind of do all the clicking for you. So no, that was not agent mode. That was me doing the actions, and I recorded it using a Loom video, and what you saw was a time-lapsed recording of it. Let's see here. Sheila, you are going to get it. I would love to see your custom GPT business planner 411 GPS. You will get it. Who do I get agent mode? Not sure I understand the question. Miles also said, what is the initial prompt used in ChatGPT to start creating the 411? Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. So I'm going to go ahead and paste a link into this chat. It is a Google Form survey. If you fill out this Google Form survey, what I will send to you, which KWRI and Legal has approved me to do so, I will send you how to actually do all of what you just saw demonstrated. Okay? So I'm going to paste it a few times just in case it gets lost in the minutia of the chat. This is a Google Form survey. If someone could please just try to fill it out and test it to make sure it doesn't do that thing where you have to request access, that would be great. Okay. So the question was, what's the initial prompt? The answer is there is no initial prompt because what you saw originally was me uploading a PDF to the chat thread. That PDF contains prompt engineering. That prompt engineering was designed by me. That prompt engineering is designed to have the AI bot read through the document and take you through an entire module as if you don't even need to know the prompts whatsoever. That's the joy of what I've created. That's what I intend to share with you. Okay, I just completed the form. It worked, submitted. Awesome. I love it. It's accessible. Thank you. Miles, did I miss a question you may have posted in the chat?
I believe we have covered everything.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story of what really prompted me to use that word prompt again. Prompted me to do that was that I was attempting to create a way for the clients that I coach to do this on their own without me having to send them an actual survey. A lot of this setup process is what I take my coaching clients through when they initially onboard with me. And what inspired the creation of these was there just must be a way for me to not have to tell the agent exactly the prompts to type into the AI. And there was. Create a PDF that already has the prompts pre-built into it. So there was 3 specific PDFs that I sort of condensed. There was a lot more. There was like 15, but I found a way to condense them all so it takes you through the module from start to finish. Okay, another question in the chat. Will you share how to create prompt engineering? Oh my gosh, you guys are going to make me geek out. Guys, you will never guess how I created the prompt engineering documents. I used ChatGPT. I actually just said, hey, I want to create a full document such that if I upload it to you to a fresh chat thread, you will know exactly what to take me through. Can you help me make it? What questions do you have for me? Okay, if I were to leave anybody with anything except for the thing that I will be sending you, please give me like 48 hours. My head's a little spinning right now. If I could just leave you with one more thing, it is that any time you initiate a prompt with any large language model, end that prompt with the following question. What questions do you have for me? So, for example, I would like to create a 411 from scratch. If you just hit enter, that large language model is going to make a lot of assumptions. It'll be like 411, is that the number that you dial on the old school phones to figure out other people's numbers, right? Yes, I am actually that old. I know I have a youthful glow, but I do remember what 411 actually meant in context, right? If you end with what questions do you have for me, your world will change. Okay, we have about a minute left. Miles, do we have any last minute questions that I missed?
I do see a comment that someone completed the survey, but they do not see a template.
No, that's okay. I collect, it doesn't happen automatically. Sorry. I should have said that. So you completed the survey. I now have your information. Give me 48 hours. I will send you those templates.
And then there is one final question asking if you have a playbook.
Do I have like an operations playbook? Why, yes, I do. I do have an operations playbook for my coaching business. I've done this myself. I have tested all of these things myself for my own business. Playbook for AI? No, I don't. Kelly, again, I'm not sure I understand your question about agent mode. I prefer your name on the shirt, by the way. Agent Intelligence is perfect. Guys, I picked this out because I was teaching this class today. Thank you. I picked out this exact shirt. I'm like, this shirt just makes sense. It was at the top of my drawer too. It worked out perfectly. Cool. Okay. Awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for attending. I so look forward to following up with anybody that has any other questions. Again, you will get an email. It will come directly from me with all of this stuff. Okay, thanks, Miles, for posting that link one more time. Okay, if you have any questions, Lucas Hine, Maps Coaching. It's lucashine@kw.com. That's Lucas Hine, singular, not Lucas Hines, like the ketchup. It is Hine, lucashine@kw.com. Thank you, everybody.